in Statesville, you know the place to go. Drum Landscape Supply, where your gardens grow. From Mooresville to Cornelia, Secret to Taylorsville, they bring the dream to life, they always will. In every town, they got your back. From Marksville to Trumpets, more than that. Experience hands, make your dream complete. Drum Landscape Supply, your garden suite.
Good morning, OKN 848. Happy Friday to you. Great time to check in with Jason Drum of Drum Landscape Supply. DrumLandscapeSupply.com, your local one-stop landscape shop located in Statesville, but Jason and his team delivering to all of Lake Norman. What a week it has been. I have felt like I have heard louder thunder this week, Jason, than I have in a long time. Do you think I'm alone in that, or is that what's happening all across the area?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it here at my house in northern Catawba County as well. So, yeah, this is the time of year, July. For thunderstorms. If there's one thing you can count on for July is those big thunderstorms. Surprisingly, July I think it's the second most rainfall out of the year. You wouldn't normally think that, but thunderstorms really do bring us a lot of rain. And, thankfully we haven't gotten too much here, but I think I got almost 3 inches of rain here, not last night, but the night before.
And so what would you say, the plants are healthy and happy at this point? Then we've got at least enough till we need the next batch for now. We're on track, I guess. Is that the way to look at it?
Yeah, I can tell you our nursery is a lot happier now, with the natural rainfall from the heavens up there than getting it from our sprinkler system. So, it's we've had a kind of up and down year, but it's not been too bad. We've had some dry periods, we've had some wet periods. So, just making sure that you take care of your plants that are newly planted or those that require watering during those times where it's dry will help you get you through the summer. And, fall is just around the corner.
Fall is just around the corner. Kind of wild. Time to start thinking about, I need to start planning for my seeding again, Jason, I think already a little bit here, just to have my plan of action. So looking forward to, let's say, August, maybe into September, sometime in that range. What should a plan for someone with a normal size lawn? We'll say just normal size lawn.
Normal size, yeah.
Normal size.
Normal size?
Yeah, I'll say normal size lawn.
We don't have 3 acres or anything we're working with, Jason.
So what would you recommend as far as the plan and strategy as I look toward the fall?
Yeah, so if you've been working on your lawn for a while, now is the time where you're just you might do some spot spraying for some broadleaf weeds if you happen to have some out there. Some people have Bermuda, like they have a turf type tall fescue lawn. They have Bermuda that's creeping in. There are some different sprays that you can do to keep them in check at least. There's one called Pilex that will eradicate Bermuda, but it is a little bit pricier than most people would want to pay. But the other products like Triclopyr can help keep that in check. But there's really not much use for fertilizing unless you have an irrigation system this time of year, and you would still want to use a very light application of nitrogen. Our Organics, which is an organic-based fertilizer, is a really good one to put on if you can water your lawn regularly. But for everybody else, just getting ready for the fall, so trying to spray out those weeds, planning ahead, like you say. We've got about 2 months until the seeding season. If you haven't done a soil test in a while, it's a great time to get a soil test done so you know what nutrients are there. And we can help you tailor that soil test to what your lawn needs. So, you've got the 3 key nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash that your lawn wants. It also wants a little bit of iron and then some lime to correct the pH as well. But a soil test through your extension agent, there's one in Statesville. You can go pick up a soil sample test kit there, and then you send it off. In a few weeks, they send it back and tell you what's actually in your lawn, so there's no more guessing about it.
And then your team can help select the right products that need to be done to the lawn. I guess from the weeds right now, so now would be the time to take care of those weeds. Because you want to spray them, right? But I don't want to turn my grass all brown. But if I have to, Jason, if I've got to kill them, I'll just do it for the betterment of the entire lawn if I have to.
Yeah. So most herbicides, selective herbicides at least, meaning that is only going to kill the targeted weed, can can be applied in the summer, but you need to make sure that when you apply it is below 85 degrees, and that there's relatively, it can't be 100% humidity at 85. So there's a sliding scale there with the level of humidity and temperature, and that's the application temperature. That's not necessarily how high it will get for the day. So say today, I think we're looking at 88, 89, which would be great compared to the upper 90s we've had. So if you're out in your lawn this morning, it's in the mid 70s here right now. It's a great time to spray that herbicide, even though that temperature is going to reach above 85. It's the application rate, and this making sure that you use, or the application temperature at application rather, and then also the rate of the chemical. You don't want to overdo it. Make sure you're using the correct measurements, and then it shouldn't cause a problem. But if you have any questions on those things, we're always glad to help. Help figure that out for you, which chemical is the right one to apply. We don't just have a wall of bottles up there with pretty labels on them that nobody's going to tell you how to use. So that's what we're here for, in store or over the phone or through a text message to help you figure those things out.
Love chatting with Jason Drum of Drum Landscape Supply. Obviously, someone you can trust, been in the game for 14 years of his own shop, and been in it even longer beyond that. So decades experience, over 10,000 offerings. But he knows what he's doing because that stash is serious today,
it looks
sir.
nice.
It looks great. Gosh, dude. Someone who can take care of their stash like that, they can take care of the lawn.
That's right.
Come
That's
on
right.
now.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. I hadn't had a mustache since I was like 14 years old, and back then, that
It
was
looked a
just
little bit
what I was
different.
hoping for.
Yeah, I bet it looked a little different when you were 14. Yep, Jason.
Jason Drum Landscape Supply. All right, 10,000 offerings right now. What is the popular thing to be looking at if you're going to the nursery right now, and maybe you want to make some plans? Maybe you're a heat warrior, a morning warrior before it gets too hot, and you want to do some plantings. What are people looking at right now this time of year?
So it's still a great time of year to plant perennials, and the perennials are going to be those plants that you have kind of in the front of the bed that are going to provide color year after year, flowers. One of the most popular ones right now is hibiscus. There's several types of hibiscus, but this one looks tropical. It's got flowers that are 8 to 10 inches across. They call it a swamp mallow or rose mallow. And those are really popular this time of year. Daylilies are as well. We're selling a lot of cone flowers, which are great for pollinators, and black-eyed Susans as well, which are similar like that. So these plants are pretty easy to establish during the summer. They take somewhere around 6 to 10 weeks to fully establish, so just not forgetting about them during those time periods. But if you're looking to add some color that'll be there, after the first frost, perennials are a great way to do it. And, we've got various sales going on different things, and our court perennials are a part of it. So, we're here to help guide you through it to make sure you're using the right one. Yesterday, I had to help some folks. They had an area of their lawn that stays wetter than others, that they wanted to put some plants in there. And, they said they dug the hole, and there's standing water in the bottom of it. And so that's a challenge there. First thing, you would probably want to adjust the drainage as much as possible. But there's just going to be spots like that, and we're here to help choose those plants that will actually survive in that. There's not a lot of them, but we can help you pick the right ones.
Also, you can help us pick the mulch and the things that go in the bed, those options. You've got a variety of options. Looking forward toward the fall, Jason. Do you guys end up carrying pine needles? Do you carry pine needles and sell pine needles in the fall?
Yeah, year round, actually. That's always one of our best sellers. If there was one product, actually, that we sell the most of, it is longleaf pine straw. And that's, as with all my vendors, that's something I've worked on years and years to try to find the best supplier for us that's going to be consistent, and get it to us when we need it and have the best color. Now, the summer is not the best time for pine straw. This is probably this July and then into early August is actually the worst color that you're going to get for pine straw out of what I would call like the rating of color. It's still not bad. We're not going to have junk like you might have at some of the big box stores, but yeah, if you can wait a little while, the pine needles start to fall in late August and September, so you get a little bit better color then. But the absolute best time to put pine straw out is after the leaves fall in your lawn, because that means the pine needles have fallen freshly too. So yeah, from late or mid fall until early spring is the best time. But yeah, we keep those year round, and that's it's always been one of our best sellers. one of the things is you only need a pair of gloves to put out. So
Yeah.
it's a good option.
When you pick up a bale, and if you got that white mold stuff, you realize, man, I should have went to Drum Landscape Supply. Jason Drum, drumlandscapesupply.com, your local one-stop landscape shop located in Statesville, but serving all of Lake Norman and delivering to all of Lake Norman. Jason, we so appreciate you, sir. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you had a great 4th, by the way, too.
Yes.
Fireworks and all that on all the family festivities. I hope you got to enjoy as well.
Yeah. Same to y'all, and hope everybody has a great weekend. It's going to be a beautiful one out there. To get out and enjoy it as much as you can. And if you have any questions, give us a call over at Drum Landscape Supply. All this information and more you'll find there. Shoot us a text. We're here to help.
Awesome. Jason Drum, Drum Landscape Supply, drumlandscapesupply.com. We'll chat with you next week, Jason.
Yes.
All righty. Take care.
All right. See you. All right, good morning, fam. It is Friday. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend this weekend. Be safe. Enjoy the time together. Up next, Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, you hang out with Patrick Reynolds, 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464. That's the phone number here across all the WSIC lineup. That's the phone number you should have called when you heard that cue to call.
Right,
Congrats to the winner this week of the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame induction ceremony tickets. 2 more weeks, chances to win. So next week, be sure to listen for Luke Combs' song. When you hear it play, that's when you call 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464. 11 to noon, you got Joe Berg, the scoreboard. This weekend, you got some Charlotte FC action. I believe you got some NASCAR Cup Series action. You can catch them both here on WSIC. And you can enjoy that this weekend. Noon to 3, Todd Starnes. Get that national political addiction itched. 3 to 4 o'clock today. You've got the Beyond the Blueprint with Brad Howard talking about development, and Dr. Fred, Health Talk.
From Mooresville to Taylorsville, they got tobacco yards in the Wonderland.